Hola beauties, welcome back to my channel. So today I just thought of doing a chill sit down video, yet knowledge heavy, on how to grow your influence on the gram, be it your personal brand or just a baby brand that you want to promote to get business off. This is just the video for you. So regardless of the fact that our actual social lives have been taken away thanks to Miss Corona, not really, you and I can still build a healthy community around to promote our business or just create our own personal brand in 2020. And to know more, keep on watching. So if you're also interested in growing your influence or business or both on Instagram with its twisted algorithm in 2020, then this is just the video for you. Also, spoiler alert, there's going to be a golden tip towards the end of the video, so make sure you watch until the very end. And with that being said, I have broken it down into a couple of pointers so that I don't miss out on any information. So bringing you the tip 1. So to begin with, I would like to tell you a little bit about my credibility. I have personally built my Instagram account from a 0 to 26,000 plus followers on this date within 1 year, and I have seen the Instagram algorithm change so often, but the current 2020 Instagram algorithm with the introduction of Reels is pretty twisted. And just in case you're here to know some magical tip that will grow your following, your likes, your engagement overnight, sis, there's nothing like it. My friend, my brother, there's nothing like it. So don't expect magical results, but following these steps you can sure build a healthy and organic community, because buying followers, buying likes is just talking to yourself. You need an audience to interact with, and these points will help you to build a real audience. First things first, however, it goes needless to say, but I still want to keep it out there, that you must have a public account, be it for your personal baby business or your personal blog. Your account must be public so that anybody at any point can reach out to you and reach out to your content or your product and have a look at it, whether they're interested in it or not. So to be more discoverable and grow your influence, your account must be public. So tip 1 is to choose a niche that is fully you. And when I say a niche that is fully you, that means that is fully you, that truly represents yourself. And it could be more than one. It could be beauty and fashion. You could be good at both. It could be lifestyle and fashion. It could be a mommy blogger and makeup or whatever. You can combine your niches, but it should be something that defines truly you. So when you have to pick a niche, you have to think of, can you make right away like 100 pieces of content? Can you find like literally 100 topics to make content on relating to that niche? Can you make hundreds of fashion videos each day? Are you like willing to do that same thing each day? Is it fully you? Is it fully your passion? So that is what you really need to take it into consideration, because if you don't have the drive, that real drive for that thing, you really won't be able to make it, my friend. I love makeup, beauty, everything so freaking much that I always get excited by it, and that should be the kind of high that your niche, your content creation should give you. So tip number 2, utilize the search engine. Now we have a public account. Now we have sorted our niche for which we want to generate content upon. Now you got to utilize the search engine. Instagram is the 3rd largest search engine in the world after Google and YouTube, of course. So if you want your personal brand to be more noticeable and your personal blog to be more discoverable by new people, you have to make it more searchable. And by that, it is highly beneficial when you add your niche or something that you want to be known for in your username itself. For example, I have Gurish Kaur / beauty influencer in my username, so that if a brand or PR agency is looking for beauty influencers, they can straight up reach out to me. And I will show you exactly how. I'll be sharing my screen right here. So here I go on the search page, and even if I type beauty influencer, so many of these beauty influencers, except me of course, because it's my account that I'm searching from, so I get so many of these people who I'm not even necessarily following, but because they have their niche in their very username, I'm able to search them and get to them. So as a beauty blogger or someone who wants to promote their business, this is supremely beneficial. If somebody wants, like a PR agency or a brand, as I said prior, wants to search for beauty influencers, they can straight up reach out to you, because they're working work is also easier. They don't have to really hunt for you. And yeah, and this applied to each blogger or a business. Now we're going to search for a business. Let's do a freelance makeup artist. Freelance. Okay, I'm already seeing people in here. Freelance makeup artist. So as you see, as I searched for freelance makeup artist, I have the names of these artists pop up whom I have necessarily not even searched for or follow ever before. But since the business profile is in their very username, it became so easier for them to be more searchable, and I could be their potential customers. So this way you can also generate sales via Instagram just by adding your business profile or your niche in your username. It's that simple. Additionally, just a one last example of something not related to the beauty niche, so that if there's any guy in here, he also gets the information he's here for. So I'm going to search for fitness coach. So you see, this works for literally everybody. All these fitness coaches just popped up on my screen, and I can literally appoint anyone according to my will. I would have never really known these people just if they did not have their niche or their keywords in their username. Even I have personally noticed so many more PR agencies and brands reaching out to me ever since I had put beauty influencer with my very username, because it's more searchable and my work and my content is more discoverable, and if they like it, they might as well reach out to me and I can get more business out of it. So tip number 2, utilize all the features the app provides. So as for the latest Instagram algorithm, you got to use all the features available on the app in order to grow. And I know you all have been waiting for me to say this. Yes, the current obsession of the gram, it's Reels, guys. We can't deny the fact, whether you like it or not, Instagram is pushing Reels like crazy at this moment. I don't know if you're watching it in 2021-22, what's the scenario back then, but currently 2020 September, Reels are the jam. I've personally seen a lot of creators treating it as TikTok-like content or cringe content and stuff like that. What is Reels basically? It's a tool of short 15-second video content, and that totally depends upon you what you make out of it. So you can never blame an app or a tool. It's all what you want to produce, my friend. It's all what you want to produce. It's completely on you whether you want to go on Reels and just lip sync, or just show your makeup look, or do a meme out of it, crack a joke, I mean, show your dance, put up a music clip, anything and everything you want it to be. But this is a golden time of exposure in the era of Instagram. Instagram is giving organic reach back again after ages. Like, Instagram withdrew the organic reach from creators so that more creators get into the spiral of running ads and investing money into the app. But currently, to pull its new tool, that is Reels, Instagram is genuinely pushing almost every creator's Reels. So this is a golden opportunity. I won't say this for the 100th time, hop onto Reels. And that's just not it. Also be consistent with posting stories and just sharing highlights of your day with your audience. Instagram also counts stories as content pieces, just by the way. So make sure to utilize them as well, and utilize them well. So thereby with stories, to use all the story features. That is your boomerangs, use Instagram music, use GIFs, use polls, use those swipe thingies, use all the Instagram features, and also use the live feature. I have at least personally noticed it, that ever since I started doing live sessions every once in a while, my stories reach have been way better. Not with regards to just my follower increase, but in general my stories reach have been way better. I don't really know the practical connection between the two, you get me, like live streaming and your stories reach, but it sure helps in some way or the other. So to be Instagram's favorite, and also it has like two-way benefits. Firstly, Instagram will notice that you're active on each platform and that you're constantly generating on, content in terms of each platform possible. And secondly, you will also be engaging with your audience and build a healthy community around, so that we also want that our current followers are interested in us and stay connected with our content and don't unfollow. So that is a good hack as well. Make video content. I guess you know it was coming, but for those who follow me on Instagram, you already know that I have a pure video based feed, and that has really, for real, helped me grow immensely. I'm not gonna lie, there has been a sudden hike in my follow base and engagement when I got consistent with my video content. I completely believe that videos are a great tool to incorporate your personality in there with your content, and also to add a little more value, a little more value than just static content. And additionally, if you would notice this move of Instagram for bringing in reels, the future is short video content that is quick, snappy and to the point. And you know, that actually makes so much more sense in this quick world. Rather than reading a long ass caption, a website blog, you can just see a 15-second video and get snappy tips. I mean, what's better? Even I have personally always favored video content over static posts because A, it's more engaging, and B, it's more value adding. That is, it's either more entertaining or more educating. Okay, so coming down to the sub points, when I say it's more engaging, for example, taking my very own niche, makeup videos, like seeing makeup videos, the whole makeup transformation is just so intriguing and soothing that people would want to like it, re-watch it and share it, maybe leave a comment in there, which counts as engagement, and also just be attached with your personality. If you show like a fun personality, some cute expressions in there and stuff like that, people would be just, that girl's cute, that girl's so fun to watch. It's not necessary that the person will recreate or really, you know, use the knowledge that they got out of that content piece, but it's just fun to watch. It's entertaining and or educating. And I know that I'm talking about the makeup niche, but this pretty much applies to any niche, right? And secondly, it's definitely more rich in terms of adding value. Thereby, it's called a tutorial because the creator is literally trying to teach a skill in a more fun and helpful manner so that the audience, the respective audience, is actually able to learn out of just a short video content piece. Another sub point for why videos are such a cool thing to promote your handle is because 70% of the Explore feed is video based. Yes, you heard me right, 70, a whooping 70% is consisted of reels, IGTVs and feed videos. Moreover, there are so many reposting pages on Instagram, and one repost from one credible page could really blow up your handle. Like if Huda Beauty tomorrow wishes to repost my video on her page, my handle could blow up. Like, please tag her under my post. Okay, jokes apart, but one credible repost can actually make your handle blow and get you the eyeballs that you deserve. Lastly, in terms of reach as well, I believe videos have a longer lifespan as compared to photos. Like with pictures, you get the majority of the likes in like 6 to 8 hours majorly, and then the buzz kind of dies down. But with videos, people will still watch your videos after months and months of uploading, and their views will still count and show up on the screen, which are actually great motivators. Like, numbers are good motivators. Also, it's really cool in getting brand deals and working with brands in those sort of associations, because when a brand reaches out to your handle and sees those views which are majorly higher than your likes, and that, you know, forms a good impression and a good influence of yours, so you can actually get a lot more brand deals because your profile would look a lot more professional and influential, if you get me. Community engagement, and by no means I mean follow by follow, shout out for shout out and shit like that. It's genuine, selfless community engagement, supporting other creators and forming friendly connections with other creators of your niche, or not even your niche, just generic digital creators, having a good healthy digital space. That was the whole plan, right? And I don't want to sound like your moral science teacher, but guys, selfless engagement, like for real, engage with your fellow creators to show genuine support. In that way, there are more chances that they will support you back and actually have healthy friendships around in the blogger community. That really helps you, not just in order to grow, but also throughout your journeys when you need some sort of assistance in terms of brand deals and stuff like that. Your blogger friends will always be there by your side. And you can also support your fellow creators by engaging on their posts, sharing their work and just guiding them, and it's a win-win situation for every creator, I mean. So to begin with, we almost know that everybody's Explore page is different. It consists of content that you interact with, you save, you like, you engage with, and or your friends or followers engage with. So this is what my Explore page looks like. All makeup, yep. And we are going to look into the categories of people popping in here. So here's a video, and you can see down there based on videos you have watched. So this is a content piece based on the videos I've watched. Secondly, there is based on videos you have shared. Here is based on videos you have saved, and based on videos you have saved. And here is what I've been looking for all this while. So basically this here, if you can see closely, Instagram suggested. So all these posts that Instagram suggests are the posts that Instagram boosts. So basically every alternative post on the Instagram suggested is a post that Instagram boosts. I'll show you very closely how I do it. I basically select hashtags of those creators that are not huge in terms of following, so that you know that it's the hashtags that are working for them, for Instagram to boost them, and not the other way around. And when you find this Instagram suggested, just scroll down. Okay, a couple of these posts do not have. Here I see what I was looking for, a bunch of hashtags, and when you open that page, and this is the post that popped on our explore feed, it has 12,000 plus likes, and the others have 7,000 likes, 14,000 likes because of a bunch of hashtags, 25,000 likes. As a wise person, you will opt for those set of hashtags that have performed really well for this sort of an account, an account that is similar to your page in terms of the follower count. However, the follower count on this page is quite high, that is around 401k, but it is not very highly engaging in terms of there's not a lot of organic engagement in here. So I can refer to this account. I will actually refer to something like this account to find my hashtags, and I would generally just screenshot the hashtags that I feel could be relevant. I'll just screenshot these hashtags, and in the free time I just write them down in my notes, and when I have to post, it's not a big deal. I just copy paste the relevant ones. Like if I'm uploading a skincare video, I'll not hashtag purple eyeshadow. That does not make sense. And if somebody's searching for purple eyeshadow and a skincare video pops up, absolutely no sense. Use relevant hashtags, and now you know how to select your hashtags. Just to wind up once again, go to the Instagram suggested section, see similar posts and accounts similar to the size of yours, and choose the hashtags that have performed well in that account. Those are actually the high performing hashtags and are also currently valid. That is why they ideally showed on our explore feed. So this is how I personally pick my hashtags, and it's super beneficial. So do give it a try and let me know in the comments below if that works for you. Alright guys, so that's all I got for you today. So I truly hope they help you build your influence or business or both on the internet. And with that, I would like to bid a final goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. See you at my next one.